AI models, we all know them. We've all seen the image generator engines that quickly went from producing uncanny images of peoples with their features all wrong to being able to spit out art in whatever style the user can think of in minutes. Similarly, we've also seen the language generators that turned out weird scripts and poems develop into full learning platforms that can imitate near perfectly human speech. At this point, you either love them or hate them. Think they're a great advancement in technology, or believe they're another proof that we're living in a dystopia. Despite your thoughts on them, it goes without saying that AI modeling technology makes a lot of money, and most importantly, costs a lot of money. Big companies are clamoring for a piece of the tech pie, especially with the wide success of ChatGPT, OpenAI's current cash cow. Not one to be left behind, Google wants a piece of the language AI pie. The tech giant released Bard in February, just 2 months after ChatGPT, as a direct competitor to the language model AI. Google versus ChatGPT is the ultimate billion-dollar showdown between one tech giant and one formidable contender. Money has been made, money has been lost, and in the end, only one will end up victorious. What's going on behind the scenes? Stick with us as we take you into the world of tech giants battling for dominance. But first, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more. For those of you who are a bit lost or somehow don't know what's going on, we'll start from the beginning. An AI model is a machine learning algorithm that's been trained to emulate decision making, make conversation, or spawn creations based on the data it's been fed. Without getting into all the tech lingo, imagine an app that can create an image based on your instructions using every single image that's ever been shown, or one that can answer questions based on all the information it's been given. AI models work like that, and although they've been around since the 60s, they found a new resurgence as a topic on everyone's lips in the past 3 years. What you don't know is that behind the scenes, things were moving much slower in the AI industry as tech companies surged to return with a bang. Nearly $500 million was poured into the AI industry during the latter half of 2014, and since then, that amount has only gotten bigger. With better hardware, increased AI awareness, and the constant push for technological innovation, AI is only going to become more and more of a societal mainstay. This brings us to the 30th of November 2022 and the launch of ChatGPT. Only a few short years ago, it was incredibly easy to spot anything that had been generated with an AI model. Images always came out looking so strange and unnatural that they ended up being the source of many joke articles. Scripts and essays written by AIs were riddled with errors and out-of-this-world sentences. Of course, a content prompt with modifiers could make somewhat realistic images and coherent scripts, but half the fun is being able to type in something like Shrek carrying a fish or Batman movie script if Bruce Wayne was Robin, and having something wild pop out. It's no wonder AI models were mostly relegated to the dark corners of the internet until a model like ChatGPT came into the picture and turned everything over on its head. Released by OpenAI, an American artificial intelligence research laboratory that was founded by Elon Musk and tech investor Sam Altman, ChatGPT is a chatbot that makes use of the AI language model GPT-3. It can talk in natural language, answer questions, write papers and school essays, create poems, and do so much more. Users can converse with the AI about almost anything, and it's so proficient that if you didn't already know it was an AI, it could be easily mistaken for a human. The ability of ChatGPT to connect with users in a human-like way made it so popular in a short space of time that its rise to fame is hard to document. In just 5 days after its launch, the chatbot gained millions of users. You might have seen people talking about how they've been using the language model to do their jobs or tasks for them. You've seen them, or maybe you've used ChatGPT to write a paper, job applications, or even code. What you don't know is that ChatGPT is backed by big money, and by big money, we mean billions of it. In 2019, tech giant Microsoft invested $1 billion in OpenAI for the development of ChatGPT and other AI models. As of early 2023, they plan to inject another $14 billion into OpenAI after 3 successful years of partnership and in preparation for the launch of ChatGPT Plus. Speaking of which, ChatGPT is currently available for free use because the model AI is still in its research phase. However, as of March 14th, OpenAI has launched the monetized upgrade to ChatGPT, that being ChatGPT Plus. This upgrade makes use of the successor to GPT-3, GPT-4, and can provide up to 25,000 words, about 8 times as many as GPT-3. Process images and handle much more nuanced instructions than its predecessor. A monthly subscription fee of $20 is all it would take for users to get ChatGPT Plus and use GPT-4. Knowing about the many amazing features of ChatGPT and now ChatGPT Plus, it's no wonder Google is clamoring to get into the language AI model market. You see, Google has been dying, not literally, you can still definitely pull it up on your phone, but as a search engine, Google has more or less fallen out of favor. Business Insider found that Gen Z is increasingly using TikTok videos as a source of information more than Google, despite misinformation. Many users have complained that it's impossible to find anything on Google without adding Reddit to the end of their search. In 2022, Alphabet, Google's parent company, saw a 34% plummet in net income to $13.6 billion, falling way below Wall Street's $15.3 billion expectations. Of course, Google is in no way drowning and heading towards bankruptcy, but with a platform like ChatGPT, an AI that can literally do everything Google does but better and with peak user participation, it's no wonder they're sweating. This is where Google Bard comes in. Bard was launched on the 6th of February 2023 and is an AI-powered chatbot designed to emulate human conversations using natural language processing and machine learning. So basically, it does what ChatGPT does, but it's Google. That said, there are still some key differences between the Bard and ChatGPT. For example, Bard doesn't use generative AI as its purpose to make search more natural and helpful, while ChatGPT uses generative AI to create original content. Despite this, Google expected to have a good run with Bard. ChatGPT might have been released earlier and garnered a huge fanbase quickly, but they believe they could have still cashed in on the AI craze since Google is a household name at this point. This didn't come to be, and on its launch date, Bard cost Google $100 billion. No, this isn't a joke, folks. Because of a little factual mistake by Bard AI, Google's stock fell like a rock tossed in the lake. The story of Bard's epic fall on his own birthday is a funny one, and it all happened because of a question posed to the AI model in a promotional demo video posted on Google's social media channels. In the demonstration video, the question, "What new discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, can I tell my 9-year-old about?" This is casually entered into the chatbot as a question. The answer it gave happened to be technically wrong. In the video, Bard gives several responses, one of which is that the JWST was used to take the first pictures of exoplanets, that is, planets outside of Earth's solar system. Technically, this is a wrong answer because the first picture of an exoplanet was actually taken by the European Southern Observatory Very Large Telescope, VLT, in 2004. At the same time, Bard didn't get it entirely wrong because the JWST did take the first picture of one particular exoplanet known as LHS 475b. It might not have been the first one ever, but Bard responded based on the specific knowledge that the JWST took the first picture of LHS 475b. Google Bard got the wrong answer based on a technicality, but Alphabet still lost 9% of its stock value due to that silly mistake. It's even more brutal when you account that ChatGPT's GPT-3 language model is built on Google technology. Google Bard makes the use of language model for dialogue applications, or LaMDA, a family of conversational large language models that were developed by Google. Lambda was built on another piece of Google's tech known as Transformer, which is an open source neural network that was invented in 2017 and is used for natural language understanding. Basically, this OpenNN serves as a free library of sorts for advanced analytics, and anyone with the skill can use it. Of course, the creators of ChatGPT make use of it because GPT-3, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, was also built on Transformer. ChatGPT uses Google technology to absolutely destroy their competitor before they even showed up in the ring. Talk about being betrayed by your own offspring. Google was so embarrassed by the failed launch of Bard that they stated the error showed the need for rigorous testing and did not slate the AI for public release. And at this point, Google Bard is only available to a select group of Google beta testers. It seems like ChatGPT and OpenAI have won the first few rounds of this ultimate billion-dollar showdown, with Google running with its tail between its legs and its money in the gutter. But who knows? Maybe in the next few months, Bard will be publicly released and Google will have the upper hand. Maybe the rocky start heralds better days ahead. What is likely to happen in the future between Google versus ChatGPT? Tell us your thoughts and speculations down in the comments.